Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, we're going to learn how to use Google Meets or Google Calendar. A lot of people now need to use Google Calendar for their online meetings, their online classes, because a lot of people either work from home or study from home. And this is one platform that is used on a daily basis by millions of people. Now, if you want to really learn how to use this platform, and there are a lot of hidden options in here that you might not know about. So after watching this video, you would be learning about this platform. You'd be learning how to use it properly so that they can actually help you in either your job or your education. Without wasting any more time, let's dive into it. First of all, the screen that you see here, this is the main view after you open up Google Calendar. If you don't know how to open Google Calendar, first of all, you need to open another tab on your browser. Just type in calendar and it's going to show you an option under Google, right? It's going to show you options, Google Calendar. The first result that you're going to see on your screen, just click on it and it's going to log you in. If you're not logged in already, it's going to ask you to log in. Now, after you logged in, it's going to open up the calendar right in front of you. This is the main view of the calendar. This is what you see if you don't have any events scheduled already. If you have events scheduled, they would show up on your calendar right here on the time slot that they're scheduled. Let's say it's 5 o'clock in the morning right now when I'm making this video. And if I want to, let's say, schedule an event, first of all, I have this option on the top left corner to create an event. So I can either create an event or I can create a task. So if I want to schedule an event, let's say from 5 to 6, I have two options. I can do it either by clicking here on the event, or I can just simply go ahead and click on this slot. So these boxes that you see, these are all 1 hour windows. So you guys can see that it is scheduling it from 5 to 6. I can change the time according to my needs. On this window, you guys see I can add a title of this meeting. So let's say if this is an online class, I would just simply go ahead and add online class as the title of this. This is an event, and the title of this event is online class. And I can then schedule it for a specific date and a specific time. So this is where I can set the date and time. It's already selected the time. So let's say if I want to schedule it from 5:30 to 6, I can change this from 5. Instead of 5, I can make it 5:30, and the end time I can make it at 6. Similarly, I can change it from, let's say, 6 till 6:30. So it schedules, as you guys can see on the calendar, it is scheduled from 6 to 6:30, and the title is appearing already on the calendar. It's online class. So that's pretty simple. I can also do a couple of more things from here. I can select the date. So let's say if I want to schedule it for tomorrow, I can just simply select 29th, which is tomorrow, and it's going to set it up for tomorrow at 6 o'clock from 6 to 6:30. I can do a couple of more things. I can select it for all day, or I can change the time zone. So let's say if you want to schedule it for a specific time, you can select the time zone from here. I'm in Pakistan, so it's showing up Pakistan Standard Time. It also depends on what time zone have you selected in your Google Calendar settings. We're going to go through the settings in a moment. I'll keep the time zone as Pakistan Standard Time, and I'll select OK. Or you also have an option here to use the current time zone. So it is going to detect automatically based on your location. It's going to set up the time zone accordingly. Now I can actually choose to repeat this event. So let's say if I want to schedule this event on a daily basis, or maybe a weekly basis or a monthly basis, I have all of those options. So if I click repeat from here, it's going to give me these options. I can schedule it for daily. I can schedule it weekly on Thursdays, because tomorrow is Thursday and I'm scheduling this event for Thursday. So that's why it's giving me this option here. So I can schedule it for a weekly basis every week on Thursdays, 6 o'clock in the morning to 6:30 in the morning. Monthly on the last Thursday, annually on September 29th, or every week, Monday to Friday. So I can select for weekdays, Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday is usually off. So that's why it's giving me this option. These are the presets. I can also customize this. I can select custom, and I can select these options from here. Repeat every 1 week, or maybe repeat every 2 weeks. That is going to become a bi-weekly meeting then. And then I can also set up dates from here as well. So I can say, let's say I want this meeting every Wednesday and Thursday. So I can select these two options from here. I can also select the end time, never ends. I start this event weekly on Wednesdays and Thursdays now, and I want to end this event after 2 months. So this meeting is going to be scheduled for the next 2 months, and after 2 months, automatically is going to end the event. So I have those options available. Once I'm done, I can just select done. Maybe I would schedule it for twice a month, bi-weekly, every Thursday. Once you have set this option, you can find a time on others' calendars. So once you click find a time, or when you click on this option on the top left corner here, it is going to dock it to sidebar. Once it's done, this is going to help you find time on others' calendars. So the person that you're trying to add to this meeting, so let's say if I want to add a guest, you can click add a guest and either add their email addresses, or if you have that person in your contact list already, you can just simply type their email address. So I would type, so this person is already in my contact list. I'm just going to click on this. And as soon as I click on this, it starts to show me their calendar. Now I can see that I'm scheduling this meeting from 6 to 6:30, and at 6 to 6:30 this person's calendar is available and it's free. If they already have an event at that particular time, you can choose to go with another slot that is available on their calendar so that they're able to attend. Now I'll set it up for that specific time because both calendars are free. I am free and that person is also free. So you can modify the event. You can allow guests to invite others. If you don't want to allow them to invite other members in this meeting, you can uncheck this box. If you keep it checked, they would be able to invite other people in the meeting as well if they're able to see the guest list, or they're not able to see the guest list. So if you uncheck this box, they would not be able to see the other people apart from them that are in this meeting. Now, join with Google Meet, or it already added a link, a Google Meet link, because I've added a guest. If you don't have a guest and if you want to schedule it, just keeping yourself in the meeting and you want other people to join that link, you would need to click this option that appears here. Right now it's appearing join with Google Meet. You don't have any guest available. It's going to give you an option to add a Google Meet link. Once you do that, it's going to display the link. Add up to 100 guest connections at a time. So there's this limitation here on Google that you cannot add more than 100 guest connections. Now you can add a location here as well. It's optional if you want to add it. If you don't want to add it, that's totally fine. And if your event is happening within an office, you can also select rooms. If you have rooms available, they are listed on Google Meets, you can select rooms from here as well. This option is to add a description. You can add the agenda of the meeting. So let's say if I want to add the agenda here, and I can just type in, hi, I wanted to schedule this meeting for us to strategize growth plan, just as an example. Once you're done with the agenda, add attachments as well. If you have any attachments that you want to add, you can choose to attach files or photos, anything. You can choose to add these from Google Drive, or you can choose to add this from your computer, upload these from your computer. Now, this next section is extremely important. A lot of people are not aware of this. So you can choose to set your calendar as busy or free during this slot. Anybody who visits my calendar, they'd be able to see that I have this meeting here in this particular window. Generally, it is busy. That is the preset, but I can change it to free as well. And they can see that I'm free in this slot. Usually I would keep this as busy because if I have an event, I don't want other people to schedule events on that same slot because I would not be available. Also, you can choose to set visibility. So generally, default visibility means that anybody who visits your calendar, they'd be able to go through all of the details from this meeting. So they can see the title of the meeting, they can see who are the guests in this meeting, and the agenda as well. But if you set it up, the default visibility, if you change it to private, now this means that people can only see private or busy on your calendar. So if they visit your calendar, they would not be able to see this title, the description, they would not be able to see the guest. All they would see is busy on your calendar, right? So this is extremely important if you have an event that you don't want other people to know about, or if it's a private event, you can set the visibility as private and they would not be able to see what's going on your calendar, what you're up to. This last option is for notifications. So Google gives you notifications. It notifies you prior to the event so that you know that you have an event coming up. It gives you a reminder so you can set the time slot. You want the reminder 30 minutes before the meeting, 15 minutes before the meeting, 10 minutes before the meeting. Usually I set it at 10 minutes before the meeting. You can add another notification. So you can add a notification maybe 10 minutes before the meeting, and then it also reminds you again 5 minutes before the meeting so that you don't miss the event. And then once you're done with these options, you can either click save, or you can go into more options. You have more options as well. You just open it up, check everything. You can find a time on other people's calendar. If you want to add more people in this, you can just add more guests to it. And once you're done, once you think everything is good to go, you can click save. And now it asks you, would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? So if you select the send option, it sends an email to this person that you've added in this meeting, and they receive an email. They can either choose to accept or decline the event based on their availability. I'm going to select send, and now this event is scheduled. If I click on this event, you guys can see that I can see the description here. I can see the guests that I've added. I can see this link, and I can see the title. I can see the time. Everything is available here. I can either choose to accept this invite. That means I'm going. If I select no, that means I'm not accepting. I'm not going in this meeting. Or maybe I might join, I might not join. Let's say you schedule an event and now later on you decided that you want to add more people to this meeting. You can click this pen icon. It lets you edit the event, and then you can add more guests or make other changes to this event at any given time. Also, you can choose to delete the event. So if you think that you no longer need this meeting, you can click delete event. It asks for a confirmation. If it's a recurring event, it asks you if you want to delete this particular meeting, or you want to delete this and the following meeting, or you want to delete all the meetings that are coming up in the future. That deletes the event, and you would no longer have this event on your calendar for any future dates. Apart from that, you have this options button here, the hamburger icon. If you click on this, it lets you print the event, duplicate this event, publish this instance, or change the owner of the event. So if you don't want to become the owner of this event, or if you want to schedule a meeting, you don't want to be a part of the meeting, but you want to schedule it for other people, you can change the owner, right? So I can change the owner. I can make this person the owner of this meeting, and then I can choose to decline this person, be able to add more people in this meeting. If I'm leaving the organization, or if I'm no longer want to be a part of this meeting, I'm changing my designation. A lot of the times it happens. You have a scheduled recurring event, and then you switch departments, so you switch your roles, another person takes over. You can simply add them to the invite, and then change the owner, make them the owner of the event before you leave. That's always a good practice, right? So that they can make the changes after you leave. If you want to email all guests, so let's say you have an instruction, or you want to tell them that, hey, you know what, we're going to cancel this week's event and we're going to meet up next week, you can also email guests from here, right? So you can click this option and type in your email, and then when you send it, it's going to go to all of the recipients who are actually a part of this meeting. That is always very helpful when you're scheduling a team meeting. Let's say it is 6:30 Thursday, and now it's time for me to join the meeting. I would click on the event from my calendar, and I would click join with Google Meet. It's going to open up my camera. My camera failed because I'm using my camera with another software right now, which is OBS, to make this video. But if your camera is connected, it's going to appear here. This is your microphone. And you have two options here, either to join now or present. We're going to go through the present option in a moment. You can see if your microphone is working right now. You guys can see my microphone is working because you see these bars here. So you can test your microphone and camera from this screen. You have a few options here as well. This is for the camera, apply visual effects. So you can add blur effects and a few other effects from here. You can change your background from here as well. Or you can go into settings, and then you have the audio, video, and general options. Under audio, you are going to select your default microphone. Make sure the microphone that you've selected is working, and these bars when you speak are moving before you are in the event, so that there are no issues when you're in the meeting and people are not able to hear you. That happens a lot, and that's very frustrating for a lot of people. So make sure that this option is there. And they've added a new option here, push to talk. So if you check this box, that means you would stay on mute, and if you have to speak for maybe just a couple of moments, you can just press the space bar. It's going to unmute you while the space bar is pressed. You can speak. As soon as you leave the space bar, it is going to put you back on mute. And then the speakers, if you're using earphones or headphones, you can choose the appropriate speakers. You have a list of devices that are connected appearing here. Next option is for video. So you can choose the camera that you've connected. If you have an external camera, or if you have a webcam, select that one. If you're on a laptop and you want to use your laptop's webcam, you can choose that. And then adjust video lighting. If you check this option, that means that if your lighting is not good enough in your room, it is going to automatically adjust the lighting so that you appear brighter in the meetings. Now, send resolution or receive resolution, it depends on your internet speed. Please make sure if your internet speed is not good, set it to auto and keep it at auto, both send and receive resolution. If your internet speed is good, it is going to display in high quality, high definition. If your internet speed is not good, it is going to display in low resolution, but there are going to be less interruptions while you're in that meeting. So it is extremely important. A lot of people, their video is stuck, their audio is stuck. So that is not pleasant, and that's not good. Once you're done with these settings, you can check your audio and video from here as well. You can click this box. It is going to run a test. It'll tell you if your audio and video are fine. Once you're done, you can click to join now, As soon as I click join now, you guys can see that I'm in the meeting. The other person hasn't joined yet. Once they've joined, they would start appearing here as well. And we both can conversate. When I'm speaking, you guys can see these bars moving. That means that my microphone's working and other people will be able to hear my audio. While you're in the meeting, there are a few other options that are extremely important for us to know about. And some people obviously might not know how to use these options if you're using Google Meets for the very first time. So let's go through these options one by one. On the bottom here, these are the options that you're going to be using a lot while you're in the meeting. So this is the turn on or turn off microphone. So if I click this option now, you guys can see that my mic is off and these bars are not moving. So I am on mute. When you're not speaking in a meeting, it's good if you are actually on mute so that people don't hear your background noises. If you're working from home or studying from home, and if you have turned your TV on in the other room, other people would not be interrupted. So this is good. This is the camera option. So right now it is turned off. My camera wouldn't work right now, but if your camera is connected, you can click this to turn your camera on or off. Now this is closed captions. So right now you guys can see if I'm speaking English, it is going to start translating my whatever I'm saying, or it is going to start displaying the text on the screen, right? So when I speak, it catches what I'm saying and it starts displaying that text on the screen. This is the closed caption option. Pretty simple, self-explanatory, but it is very helpful and very useful. This is the raise your hand option. So if you want to speak, but you don't want to interrupt other people and you want to wait for your turn, just click this button. Shows everybody that you have your hand raised and they will let you speak when they get a chance, if they do. Okay, now the next option is to present your screen. It says present now. If you click on this option, it gives you 3 options. This is extremely important. And as I said again earlier, a lot of people don't know about these options. So the first option is to share your entire screen. This means if you check this option, it's going to display whatever is going on your screen to all the audience that's in the meeting. Not a very safe option. If you have other platforms, let's say if you have your WhatsApp notifications on, whenever someone sends you a message on WhatsApp, it's, everybody is going to see what message they sent to you, right? So do not select this option if you don't really want to show your entire screen. Rather than doing this, if you want to present a window, go with the window option. If you have a presentation, a slide deck that's open on Google, go with this option. Now it's going to display what's in that particular window. So right now this is a Chrome window. So whatever is on here on Chrome, that's what's going to be displayed on the screen. Let's say if I select this option and I select share, now it's displaying that window to everybody. Now everybody can see whatever tab I open up on Chrome, but if I minimize this, nobody's going to see my desktop. Nobody's going to see my notifications. So this is an extremely important setting. Make sure you set it up properly. So once you're done presenting, click stop sharing. It stops presenting your screen. On the right side here, we have these options. So this is the host control option because I'm the host of this meeting. So I get this option. If I uncheck this, nobody else is going to be able to share their screen. If I uncheck this, that means nobody's going to be able to send chat messages. If I uncheck this, nobody is going to be able to turn their microphone on or off, and they can just sit there and listen to me. Usually, in the meetings, people don't go with this option, but that option is there. Turn their video on. If I uncheck this, nobody is going to be able to turn their video on. They would just sit there, listen to what I speak. They would not have any control. So usually I keep all of these on. I let people talk. I give them the freedom. You should be doing the same as well, but you have these options. Okay, this is activities option. So you have the whiteboarding option, you have the Miro option. You can add more to this. Whiteboarding, it lets you draw on the whiteboard. Everybody is going to be able to draw and also see what you're drawing. You have this chat option. This is extremely important as well. A lot of people, they want to chat. So if I want to say hi to everyone while anybody else is speaking, I don't want to interrupt them. I can just use the chat option. I can say hi to everybody. Everybody gets to see this chat pops up on this screen right here. And then I can see who's available, who's scheduled for the meeting, how many of those people have joined the meeting, right? I can add people from here as well. While I'm in the meeting, I can, maybe add other email addresses, other people, they get an invite in their email and they can join in while we are in the meeting. Now, right now, all muted. So if I just select this option, everybody goes on mute. Usually, again, don't do this. If you're in a meeting with your boss, don't mute them. They would not like it. This last option is the meeting details. So if I click on this, It shows me the agenda of the meeting. It shows me the title of the meeting. It shows me the joining info, which is the link. Okay, this is about Google Calendar, Google Meet. I know it's a lengthy video, but I wanted to go through these options so that you guys can learn as much as possible. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you need more information on this, if you want me to go more in depth, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I would try and answer all those questions as per my knowledge and information. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.